If you are all about easy nail designs you can do with just dip liquids, then this one's going to be for you. What's up, nail crew? It's Nicole, your fellow nail obsessed DIYer. Today we are doing more of easy, fun nail designs that you can do with only dip liquids you don't need to use gels for. I've been wanting to do as many designs as possible for all my nail friends who can't use gels or who just don't like to use gels and use a light and just want something that they can do quick with their dip liquids. First, I'm going to start by dipping these two gorgeous colors. I'm going to start with the red. It's actually like a red to light pink thermal. The thermal is called Welcome to the Party Pal. It's from a Die Hard movie. I have maybe watched those movies once, so I really don't remember it much about them. That's the red thermal. And then the glitter is called Singing Loud for All to Hear. That is from Elf, and they are both part of a winter collection from OG Dip Powder. So for this thermal, I wanted to lay my nail flat into it instead of pour over it. And I chose to lay my nail flat instead of pouring over because it has these gorgeous little shimmers in it, and I just felt like it didn't work as well to pour over, which is funny. I feel like the last couple manis I've laid my nail flat into for the shimmers, and normally I don't do that. Normally I pour everything over. Sometimes when I'm doing thermals, I like to lay my nail flat in. It just works really well. So you don't always have to pour over, but the key to getting your nice thin layers is to make sure that your dip liquids are thin. So whether you're pouring your powders over, whether you're laying your nail flat, or if you like to dip in, which I don't like to do, you want to make sure that your liquids are as thin as you possibly can get them and really even. So you can see on my nails, my layers are still really thin with the dip liquids, even though I'm laying my nail flat. To apply your powder thinly, you want to make sure that you wipe a majority of the liquid off on the inside of the bottle before you go to put it onto your nail plate. And you want to press the liquids down. So because you don't have a lot of liquid on your brush, you can really press the brush into your nail. That'll help you to keep the liquids thin as well. The only time that I float liquids over is when I'm using dip top coat. I don't float the dip base over at all. I make sure like I really get every drop of liquids out of the brush. Since I wiped off a majority of the liquids on the inside of the bottle, I really have to press my brush down, and that helps me get these nice thin layers. Whenever I'm laying my nail flat into powder, I still like to shake up the powder a little bit to make sure it's not like getting stuck together at all. And especially with a thermals tend to be a little bit denser and heavier of a powder. So I really like to make sure I shake it up so it's not like sitting there on one side, and I really have like moved the powder around to get that good even application. Once I finish with my thermals, applying that to those nails that I wanted to, then I like to go through and I do my encapsulation in clear dip powder, which when you hear somebody say they're encapsulating in clear dip powder, all it means is that they're doing their last layer of dip powder is going to be clear. So you're using the clear to protect your colors. And I use clear with dip liquids regardless of what kind of powder I'm using. So whether it's a solid, shimmer, flake, foil, glitter, whatever, I use it as the last dip over every single nail when I'm using the dip liquids. This way it seals the color in nicely, and when you buff and file and shape, you don't accidentally file away too much of your color. That has been huge for me. I have been doing that for probably close to 4 years now. I've been doing that pretty much since the beginning. When I first started dipping, I remember filing off the color on one of my manis, and I posted about it, and someone said that they do clear as their last dip every single time they use dip liquids, and I started doing it, and it works really, really well. Once I finish applying my clear dip powder to the nails that are only going to be that thermal, then I applied my activator so I don't accidentally get any of this glitter in. And this glitter is so gorgeous. It's like holiday. These nails were giving me like Christmas, but with a vintage kind of vibe. It just didn't feel like in your face, like bang in your face Christmas. It was more of a subtle vintagey Christmas. If you are struggling with any of your dip powder application, make sure you check out the link in the first pinned comment. That is where I have my Dip Nails 101 guide link. It is the ultimate guide for dipping your nails at home, from everything from prep to application to removal. It's over 45 pages. I have no gatekeeping in there. It is everything you need to know. There's tips, tricks, and pictures also included. Now we're going to jump into this gorgeous glitter. anytime I'm doing glitter, that I do lay my nail flat in. So that is super consistent. I lay my nail flat into glitters. And whether it's chunky glitter or fine glitter or reflective glitter, I like to shake up the glitter powder before I actually lay my nail into it. I feel like it just brings the glitters up to the surface and make sure that when I lay my nail flat, I'm getting the glitter pieces that I actually want on my nail. So that is consistent that I do. I always, before every single dip, even if I don't show it in the videos, I shake the dip glitter up a little bit just to make sure I get my nail in where I want it to be. No matter what kind of powder I'm using, I trace around my cuticles after each dip with either an orange wood stick or a Stabby stick. It's those little plastic ones you've seen me use in other videos. This one I was trying to use an orange wood stick and use like the cuticle pusher end of it to see if going around that would help to pull more of the dip powder that gets stuck on my skin. Right now my hands are super, super dry. Even in the winter, regardless of how much lotion and stuff I put on, my hands get super dry. So I've been trying to use the orange wood stick to see if I can get more of the dip base and the glitters and the shimmers, like everything stuck off my skin before I actually go to the next layer of dip powder. Now we're getting into our little design. I took an eyeliner brush, a disposable one that I got off Amazon, so I could try to make the little bit of dip base that I'm using on the center of my middle nail, I could make that really thin. And I didn't do it very evenly. I realized like after I had tapped the powder on, because I decided to tap it on, I wanted that little strip of glitter to almost look like an ombre in the middle of my nail. And that's why I took an ombre brush and started tapping it on, and that worked really well to do that for the ombre. But what I did not realize until after I tapped it on was that I did not apply the dip base evenly in the middle of my nail. So I took my cuticle pusher and was trying to like scrape off some of the excess and make it a little bit more even so that the line for my little nail art design that I did with the glitter would look more even. And I probably could have added a little bit more glitter on the one side, on the left side of it, to make it more even. But like if you see my videos, you know me, I'm not going to bother doing that. I'm just going to let it be a little uneven, because at the end of the day, we're doing DIY nails. We're learning, we're having fun. I'm always like learning and trying new stuff. So if something gets a little bit messed up, that's okay. Like I'm just trying and learning and having fun. And if you're super particular and you use peel base, you could always pop the dip off and then do it all over again. But that is highly unlikely for me that I am going to do that. It's been extremely rare that I've done that. I've probably done that less than 5 times in the past 4 years that I have totally taken off a mani and fixed anything. Usually I just try to go with it, or like, I don't know, slap some glitter on, do something. Once I finished doing my glitter nails, I did 2 dips of the glitter, and then I go over it with clear dip powder. I go over all of the rest of my nails that I didn't top with clear dip powder or encapsulate it, as you hear people say. And then I can go in and do my activator on those nails. I do my left hand all the way up through activator, and then I do my right hand all the way up through activator. And then while my right hand is drying, my left hand has already dried because I was doing my right hand while my left hand activator dried the dips. So then I go and I'll file and buff and shape my left hand, and then I jump back over to my right hand, because once I'm finished filing and buffing shaping on the left, then my right hand is ready to go and the dips are all nice and hardened. So I left a little bit of the buffing and shaping in. I like to use flexible files from OG Dip Powder. They are like giant buffing blocks, and they just work a lot better for me because I have really big hands and I like to use like a lot more of the space. I was using really small buffing blocks, but those did not work well for me because my hands are just way too big and clumsy to hold that. Whenever you're using a buffing block, you want to go like around your cuticles real gently, and then you want to stay with the C curve of your nail when you're buffing. So you want to make sure like you're buffing downwards along the sides of your nails so it keeps that beautiful curve going. Then you can go in with a hand file and just like kind of crisp up your shape, fix any shaping that got a little bit wonky. Since dip powder adds bulk, it can get a little bit funny and a little bit wonky like on the shaping if some dip powder gets like stuck on too much of a certain side. Then I go around my nails with an Efile. I like to use an extra fine barrel bit from Pana just to get my cuticle lines really, really nice and clean. If you aren't comfortable using an Efile or you have no desire to use one, you can also use an Ergo file from Bonafide Beauty. It's a glass file that you can use to go around your cuticles to give your nails those beautiful cuticle lines. Make sure you check out this next video where I show you exactly how to do that. Thanks for joining me today, nail crew.